Okay, so hey, how's it going? I don't know if you saw that. I have my Norton. Norton's always trying to sell me new stuff. Hey, by the way, you've got all this stuff online. Hey, you got this. Hey, we can fix this for you. All the time, all the time. Oh, you've got this thing that's all corrupted on your computer. We can fix it for you. And it's like, okay, well, fix it for me. Oh no, but that'll cost you $29.99, or it'll cost you an extra $150 a year. It's like, yeah, no thanks. I don't need your, I don't need it. I mean, I have things on here to deal with that later. I have free tools that will help me deal with some of that. I don't need Norton's $150 bonus a year. It'll be free for the first 15 days. It's like, no thanks. Anyway, so as you know, earlier I was having some struggles getting my. I couldn't run this. See how this is how it's supposed to look. Now, when I tried to do this, I did npm run dev, and it got past here, and it basically stopped. And it would say that I had things going on port 3000, which I did not. I had nothing open. I don't know what was going on. So it must have been a locked up port somehow. And nothing worked. And I tried a bunch of different things. Nothing happened. So I had to shut down, close down my computer, and get everything up and running again. So once I got everything shut down, my wife said breakfast was ready. She decided to make breakfast this morning. Okay, so I went and ate breakfast. And yeah, took a little bit of a break. So now I'm back. I made sure that I got everything up and running. So you can see here's my React app, the Ultimate Neighborhood Ladder, which I'm trying to replicate my C# app, which is this guy. So there's a couple things I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get this image into the C# Blazor app. And then I want to get this kind of a menu onto the React app because I do like this menu. Now, I might be even interested in trying to do something like the, what do you call it? The hamburger, Google's hamburger menu where it shrinks up into a single bar. I might do that later. But for now, I want to get this going. Now, I don't have any auth stuff even started here, but I'll probably end up putting that in here because people need to be able to log in. Tickets is not a thing. That's just in this app because I carried it over. So I don't even know if this works. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to connect to. There's no database behind it. So this is just your basic stuff. I put this image, I'm going to put the same image on here. And that's what I was working on when I stopped on Friday. I didn't think it would take that long. I just, at the time, I ran out of, I didn't have it, I had like 5 minutes and I just didn't think I was going to get it done. So we'll do that now. Let's get the image in here and then we'll go back to React and try to see if I can get this replicated. A lot of this stuff here, this counter stuff, join the fun, blah, blah, blah. That was kind of a default thing. I mean, not the wording, but just what it does, the counter. This weather thing is just a silly random weather thing. It just throws in stuff. It puts in future dates, but then this stuff's all random. It's always fun to read because it says it's like negative 16 degrees Celsius, but it's scorching hot. Or sweltering hot at -7. So it's obviously bogus. This is probably reasonably close. I mean, it's mild at 107 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know that that's true. Plus, I don't even know that the temp between Celsius and Fahrenheit is calculated because isn't zero degrees is 33 degrees, right? 0 degrees Celsius is 33 degrees Fahrenheit. So, well, maybe it is. Maybe this might be calculated. -7. No. Well, no, I guess that could be -70 to 720 degrees. Okay, so I guess these might actually have the conversion between Celsius and Fahrenheit going. But again, it's irrelevant. I'll get rid of all this stuff later. This is just the default setting up an app, basic sample-y stuff that comes along with it. So all right, let's go on. Let's see if I can get this image in. So now I have everything running. We will go. I guess I don't need. I do need this guy available, but we will go here. And we were working on, or we were working on, I was working on trying to get a component set up that would allow me to get this image in. So I had an idea where I was going with this on Friday. I probably should have taken some notes and went, oh, okay, remember on Monday when you get back to this, type this in. I need to get more in the habit of getting more comments back in. I've always been a heavy commenter, but as of late with all of this sampling and stepping through everybody else's code, I've kind of faltered on it during my work, so I'm going to start getting more of that in. Let's go to my programming tab. Programming workspace, which I really like these workspaces of Microsoft's. By the way, these are cool. Let's see. I want to see if I have. Which one is this? Nope. That's not what I was looking for. That's me. I don't want to watch me. Oh, no. Oh, I guess a lot of these are just dummy tabs. Tabs I had ran open. Migrating from Create React app. Oh. Nope, don't need that either.
Here's how to turbocharge your IT operation. Go to Atera.com, the IT management platform powered. All right.
All right, so let's go to my my image here. So I have my let's see. I'm trying to create something similar. Here we go. Images. There's my image itself. And then I had my layout, which I import the image and I plug it in. Oh wait, no, that wasn't it. Where am I? Oh, it must be this layout. Home. There we go. Home layout. Dashboard, children, side menu. Nope. Where'd it go? Is it page? Nope. Where did I put the? I put the page. Nope, that ain't it. It's not under layout. So I know I had to import the image. Oh, here it is, image. Okay, so we have an image component that I'm trying to recreate. So here you go, image, next image, and this is the ladder image that I'm pulling, where I actually sent ladder image through as the source into the image component, and that's what I'm trying to create here is an image component in Blazor. So I've not actually created an image component in Blazor before, so I'm using the basic same idea. I have this show image, and I want to be able to pass it in. So let's see if they have an example for me. Somebody has that, right? Create image component Blazor. Blazor? The best Blazor UI components. What do you mean? You mean like there's some already made? Yeah, there's one for images right here. Why you need the Sync Fusion Blazor component library. Okay. Stunning built-in themes, 85 plus Blazor components. I don't know. I want to write my own components though. So, I mean, yeah, it might be cool to have these after you've like, you say, well, I can do this, but let's have some basic ones set up for me. Image component in Blazor WebAssembly. Let's do that. Let's watch some professionals, shall we? Now, it's funny
If
because
you want,
there's an app out there that I guess apparently will remove all the YouTube stuff. So this way you don't distract yourself. But you know, getting distracted by other YouTube videos is rare for me. I mean, it can happen if I'm just doing stuff irrelevance, but um, I need one that's just like when I need to like turn off my homepage on MSN or whatever. So when I load a page, it doesn't automatically it doesn't automatically show me all that stuff. And I'm like, ooh, wait, what happened to the Denver Broncos? What do you mean somebody sub trade? Oh, well, that's fake, of course. Anyway.
in this video tutorial, just I'm going to teach you how to design. Uh,
So you can see they're all using the basic sampler video. He's got some stuff already in here. He's added some things. He's got home and he's got the counter app, which is part of it. But he's got this fetch data and book list, and so he's done some other things.
Image
But
component. Just I have an example of the image component. Like just I want to take it author name like Jacob. Mm, that is the author name Jacob, and the bio is also Jacob. And choose image file. Just I want to teach about this one. Okay, so choose file name. So just I want to pick it here, and here we have to pick this one. So save changes like that. So images will be also saved in your server project. So here we have a Jacob, and just when we click to edit button, your image will be rendered. So how to design that component, that is the choose file in a Blazor. Before going to much more detail, just I want to tell about my
so I actually just want the part that's going to display it. Yeah, I mean, it might be good to kind of see how he does the video fetching or the image fetching, but I just need the display because I don't see any reason why my app's going to have people putting in an image. I guess when they log in, they could create. Maybe I'll have them be able to upload an image of their own choosing, which would probably be good, so that they can have their own image online. That might be good when I set up their accounts.
membership program. That membership program is only 800 rupees for the Indian users and $15 for the other users. In this membership, I will provide you .NET Core video tutorials, complete video tutorials, and also project-based video tutorials. So here, video tutorials on these technologies. Please fill this form, and after fill this form, you get a membership. Okay. If you want to join this membership and you want to get unlimited courses list, JavaScript, J. So just fill this form, your name is on this QR code, and so link is check now in description box. Thank you very much, Web Assembly. So here we have a.
It's kind of funny. I mean, I don't get. I mean, I understand people have to do their marketing, you know, kind of get their stuff going, but the actual video part doesn't start until 3:46 of a 6-minute video.
Eraser component. Here we have a choose image file.
It's like I'm almost up for just looking at his code here and just copying. All right, see what's he got here. He's got an image file. I want to be able to pass in the name of an image because I want to use this. I want this to be reusable. Like when I do show image, I want to use this component when like I have the customer be able to upload their own image. When it comes to showing that image, I want to have this video or this show image component be the thing that's going to load the image wherever I store it. Now, like right now, I'm putting images right here on the site, but I might update this later to put the image into like a blob storage or database storage or a file server. Either way, this should be able to go out and get it because I would like these components. Something like show image here might even be able to be an API call where I put all of the images like on a web server, file server, and then you call the show image component, which will make an API call, go fetch the whatever image you asked for off of the server. Right now, I just dropped it into my folder, but that's the long-term objective. So I will try to get that going here. I gotta check something here quick. All right, so let's go ahead and just see what he's got here.
where we have a input file and that accept jpg.zpac.png file. When we click to on change button, so when we to click to choose file, then that event is triggered like select image. So here we have a select image, you can see. So here we have a input file change event arguments e. By using the input file change event args, you just get multiple files. There we have a multiple files, and here we have a list of files. So just I want to get one image file one by one. So new byte, just get the bytes array. Okay, so here we have a byte array. Just convert the image file dot size, and after that image file just read as a string. So open read stream dot read async that array, and after that you just convert that byte array in the string format, that is the base 64 string. So convert dot base 64 string. Okay, and also it's a child component in a WebAssembly. So here we have a parameter that is event callback that render, or you can say that send a string. Uh, you
So that shouldn't be a. I mean, this seems like it's. So basically, they're reading it like it's coming out of a database. That's what it feels like. Rather than just opening a file at a location, it seems like they're opening it straight out of a database. I'm not sure I want. I mean, I guess I'm not sure I'm going to store images that way. I mean, I guess I probably should, right? Because especially if we're going to use images later. But I could start off this way. I guess it's a matter of coming up with what the best solution is here. I guess in my mind I can't. Trying to think how. Trying to see what the weather's going to be like today. Okay, so just got a decent chance of some amount of rain going on 3/4. Okay, so never mind. I'm just trying to decide because my wife's gonna want to go do something later, and I want to see what if the weather's going to be conducive. So I got to get this done. This shouldn't be that hard though. I feel like I'm making it harder than it is. Can I go to implementation? Because this image it's under next image. It's node modules. See, it's not terribly complex what it's doing. It's just, I mean, these are references to other bits within export. It just keeps reading them in. I feel like, sheesh. All right, I think this is closer to what I want here. Show image one, razor, show image. I don't know that I need this to be a page though. I just want it to show me page title. I think it's just because that they're showing you. Oh, okay, so this might be kind of like the example I think I was working with on Friday. And let's see here. We got image source is not null. Image. Show image. Image source equals. And the int at image source. So that's the location. So is at image source referencing your current folder? What is at image source referencing? I mean, what is the ampersand? Because there's no image source is a private string. Oh, okay. And then they have image source set and show image. Private at code. So we have the at code. We set the string, and then we create a method show image source equals, and then we can call it from somewhere using image. But where is show image being called from? So this is the whole page. I can do this. Here, let's get this going. All right, so I think what we need here is we're going to need to be able to call this component wherever this is. And where is show image at? Show image is here. So on button click, they say show image. Okay, so I can have show image. All right, so let's do this. This is my component. This is the code. I'm going to use this. It's going to go in here. And I don't know, when they do show image up here, image ID is a 1. I don't know. I guess if we have multiple images and they all have an ID of some kind. So this is just me if all my things just say all named image blank PNG. What I am actually going to do is go show image, and I'm going to call this a string for now. And we will go path. Now, ultimately, it is probably better I pull this from I pull this from a database, but for now I'm going to use a path. And I can always, like I said, I can change it. Yes. Keep coming in because like that just knocks them off. They get broken because sometimes the tops break. All right, where was I? Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to put the path in here, and we're just going to call it whatever that says. We'll do that path. Okay. And let's see, that's not going to show anything though, that's just the image source. So we got the image source, which is what we're going to set to the string, and then on click show image. This is a stream. This is a different one. This is going to load up. Okay, an image can be directly sent to the client using Blazor's streaming interop features instead of hosting the image as a public URL. See, that's what I'm debating in my mind if I should do the streaming option. The following set image.js function accepts the image tag ID and data stream for the image. The function performs the following steps: reads the provided stream into an array buffer, creates a blob to wrap the array buffer, creates an object URL to serve as the address for the image to be shown, updates the image element with a specified image element ID with the object URL just created. To prevent memory leaks, the function calls revoke object URL to dispose of the object URL when the component is finished working with the image. The following show image 2 injects services for system.NET client, includes an image tag to display an image, has get image stream async C#. Client-side apps have a default Razor. Show image 2. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to do it as a page. I just want to be a component I can reference. I'm just trying to learn how to do all that. So, because I do have my nav menu here, which references like other components. So I have my components here, like main layout. Main layout has a nav menu component, and my nav menu component looks like this. So you can see it's built up. And it's just and there's the code for it right there. So it's basically run the code, lay out the code, and then we have whatever it's calling here. So on initialize, on location change, dispose. These are all just event-driven portions of the code, so they're just going to work when this page fires. But I don't think this actually calls any of that. Nav link. What is nav link? Is nav link another thing? I mean, nav link looks like it's another component, right? It's used a lot, whatever it is. Nav link. Where is navlink at? Is navlink just a standard built-in thing? What is this? Routing.navlink, a component that renders an anchor tag, automatically toggling its active class based on whether its href matches the current URI. Oh, okay, so it is. It's just a built-in class. Huh. So code is what's going to run. It looks like it just runs by default, setting up stuff, if I'm understanding how this works, which I may not be, because I'm actually not taking much. As you can see, this is me learning Blazor without taking many tutorials. And so it's me trying to understand it without having taken a tutorial yet, which I may have to do just to speed things up. But I do like to try to understand it because it helps me to kind of wrap my head around it. So as I keep trying to do these things, I am trying to get to a simple ending here, though. So this one's using a stream, and I'm debating if I should just go stream. But if I do that, I got to change it for Razor too. I got to use the stream, and if I do streaming it with Razor, I'm gonna have a little bit different problem. So because you're not pulling it from the back, which means I got to use the Next.js. And then I got to have somewhere to store it because I got to figure out, I got to put it on the server side, which is doable. You know, that's what Next.js is. You have the server side parts, which I can do, but wasn't really planning to go in that direction. So I'm going to go with just the file location bit first. So when show image is called from wherever my code is, so I got button click, I don't want to be a button on click though. I just want to run it. So I might just put show image in my code. I probably have to do it like image source. So if image source is not null, so it's interesting that how this works, because this is actually in the HTML portion of the page. So I'm not sure how I would call this, because I have to provide, how do I call the component with a variable? So if I go main, see, this doesn't have a variable though. This just says nav menu. I am guessing I need to set a value. I need to create this component with variables. Call Blazor component with parameter. All right, code, model for component. Component. I don't know Razor so well, but I'm pretty sure an onClick delegate doesn't expect an int argument. Cannot convert from system action to my. Here is an example of passing a method from parent to child and the child invoking it. As you don't require a return value, I'm just using action rather than action T. There are many ways you can make this code more compact. So, welcome to your new app, child, parent method equals say hello, code, say hello. Oh, okay. Okay. So child Interestingly enough, what's he calling child? Okay, so child is the name I'm giving it. So if I say show image, it's called show image. I thought it was the name of the file. So if I go here and go show image, it is show image. It might be the name of the file, but you're just calling it that there. I don't know. But we're going to go here to my main layout, I guess. And let's just see what happens if I go here. And we call show. Nope, it's not showing up. All right, let's hit save. And we're going to go. It may not allow me to do it that way. I may have to. Let's go to my imports here. And we're going to go at using. Why does that do that? At using UNL web dot components. Is it components? Where did I put this show image at? Utils. It is components, so components.utils.show image. There's something I didn't do right? Because it's obviously not acknowledging that it exists, even though it is right there. So if this one is being called, how is this different? It's an app page. Why do these all have to be? I mean, this guy was able to do it because I go to main menu and he just goes nav menu. That's all it does. It doesn't even have an inherits. So if I go to imports, is there a nav menu? No, but it does have components. So how is this guy calling that guy without any problem? This guy calls nav menu, layout component base. He inherits layout component base. Is that part of my shared objects? I mean, it's just about understanding how this stuff is coming together, because you can't really learn to manipulate stuff until you know the inner workings of it. So nav menu inherits layout component base, optional base class for components that represent a layout. Alternate components may implement iComponent directly and declare their own parameter named layout component base.body. Oh, okay, so that's just a normal system thing. And then it has components.layout.nav menu. So why can't I do that? Because if I go show image, I mean, like, all right, so when I type nav, does that actually, yeah, it does, nav menu. So how come show image is not there? What is different about this nav menu? I mean, because really it's, other than implements, maybe I need to do that. Navigation manager. Let's put this stuff in my, I don't know why it would matter, but I'm going to put this stuff in because I don't know where else this would be. Because, oh, I want to do a nav menu. So we got nav menu. we'll hit Control S. I go here and I type in. Still doesn't show it. Why? What does it take to get my component? Maybe because it's not in the same folder. And if that's the case, then it should work though, because I have it in the imports. Ah, there it is. Okay, that's it. Okay, so the problem was apparently that I had my implements too low in the process, too well defined. When I did this, you don't want to go to the actual file. You just want to go to the folder, and everything in there counts, I guess, once you do it that way. It's weird though, because if components can call parts, I don't know why I have to go to utils, to be honest. I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna get rid of this. Maybe I was wrong. Let's see. Did this break? Yeah, it broke. Okay, never mind. I have to actually say utils, which is weird. Okay. Interesting. All right, so we have that. Now we have the show image. That's going to show our image. But I have to also get this to be able to take a path. So where are we going to put this file? I have a file called images, or folder. I thought I did anyway. I should. I believe. Is it under data? New folder? That's not a great name. All right, let's stop this. Where's the stop button? There we go. And we're going to change this folder to new rename images. And that's where that's going to sit. And then we're going to have to put in a path. So if this is doing anything, show image source equals path. I'm kind of slowly inching up on what I want this to do. maybe a little off. See it? Look, I'm all dang coming. It's still doing this. All right. Where was I? My screen image was broken. All right, so we got the path. We're going to pass the path in here. So what is it I want to set this to? Image. All right, how did this one example it for me? So we got the string path. So do I need to say path equals? Or do I need to say show image? Where's that at? I mean, obviously I need to say show image somewhere. So we got the child component code action parent method. child parent method equals say hello. It's kind of funny. So you're going to go to the child, passing in, I want to run this function inside of the child, instead of just running it there. I mean, it shows you how it works, but I think it's kind of silly. It's not really what I'm aiming for, though.
From your calendar, Mike Ortiz's birthday is coming up tomorrow.
I don't know if you heard that. Friend of mine's birthday.
From your calendar, Mike Ortiz's birthday is coming up tomorrow.
Okie doke. For example, with action int, this should work. External method equals button click. Test method passing. Code button click. I feel like this is Talaric. Blazor basics, component, parameters, and state. Alright, so we got engine, mode equals, and then we have app mode. So engine mode dot sport. So we got to define it as a parameter. Is that what it says? Engine razor, car razor. Page. Blazor parameters and state management. Page title, car. Index razor. Starting with .NET 6, we can edit the editor required attribute to mark Blazor components. If we still don't provide a value when using the engine component, we receive the following compiler warning. Yeah, but see how, where are they passing in? Where is like the fuel pump here? So we got running in mode, app mode, and then their public engine mode, mode. Cascading parameter. Cascading value equals engine mode dot sport. So engine mode is the what, the enum that they're created up here when they're doing this. Yeah, it's got the engine mode as an enum. So they're passing in that engine mode. And then engine just shows engine. Whatever engine is. How does that go in as a parameter? I'm not totally sure. So let's just go ahead and see if I want to show image. I need to put it in my menu layout. So we got show image, and what is the parameter? So my parameter is path. So we'll just say path equals dot dot images forward slash, and then we're going to go, what is the name of my ladder competition 2.jpg? Ladder competition 2.jpg. But all that does is set the image, right? I mean, that's just showing, that's just setting the image source. It's not actually showing the image. So I have to put in some code here that says, you know, show me the image. Because this is, I set the image source, yay, but it's like, that would almost be like set image, and then I'd have to go, and then what you put in, like, you probably don't even need anything fancy, right? It'd just be the image logic. So it's like the URL dash, whatever the HTTP image path thing would be. So maybe it's like something like I could call this set image, and then I don't know. I want it to be show image. Never mind. I want it to be show image, and then so I need to make. So if I wanted to do, so we have show image, image source. So what if I just take this? Problem is it's not in this path, right? So if I say image source equals, and then what is it? I mean, it's not in here, so I would have to make it part of this. What if I return, I don't know how this works. Because if I put this in code, I don't think you can put, I don't think I can put it in the code. But what I could do is, if I'm referring to show image and it runs the code, set the path. Let's just do this. Show image. See, that doesn't do anything. That sets the image source. And what did I call it? I call it image source. Why not? All right. So what if I just what happens if I do that? Does it choke? Probably, huh? Private string add image source, image source. I mean, it's not showing me squiggly marks, but that doesn't mean it's going to work. Is it? All right, let's run it. I mean, it's going to error, but at least I can kind of see what it's not doing. What is it not doing? Oh, see, I already got a problem. What's the problem? Show image does not implement interface member iDisposable. Member names cannot be same as their enclosing type. All right. Show image member cannot show image member names cannot be the same as their enclosing type. What? Oh, so it doesn't like. So what if I just say image name equals path? I have no idea what I just did, but we're about to get all kinds of exploding stuff. Fun! Why, this was not as easy as I thought. All I want to do is create something that references this stupid image. It should be simple. It should be like 2 lines of code. What the heck? I just want to pass in a path and show the image. How difficult can it be? Obviously way more difficult than I expected. Object type util show image does not have a property matching the name path. Okay, so it is not matching this path. I don't know what that is, but apparently I can't do that. Boy, okay, let's keep moving here. What's the next? Did not like that, so if I call the show image component, and then the component's job is only to show this image, how do it must be, I have to set a parameter, I guess. I have to do this parameter thing. Blazor call component with parameter. That's all I want, something simple. Passing method to component. No, not my method. Component parameters in Blazor. Code parameter. Okay, so I got to do this. Apparently, I got to do this. Let's do parameter. Is it capital? Yes, because we do capitals in C#. And then it's going to be a get set. I don't know every source, guys. That's all that matters to me. Why go the long way? Let's just do this. Image source. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make it even easier. Source path. And then we're going to go. I don't care about this. I'm just going to go. But show image is the item, so we will go. I guess I don't need this then. And we'll say show image is the object, and we're going to go image source. Fine, image source, and we're going to say image source equals source path. I'll put this, I don't know, up here. Right, so we created it, it's public, it's a string, it's called source path, it's going to be get. Do I need it to be a set? Yes, I need to be set. I need to be able to get it, and I need to set it. And that's it. That's all I need. I mean, that's all I have. Now, I don't know why this is not liking it. Oh. Why? Because I didn't allow it to be null? That's silly. Okay. I mean, this shouldn't be allowed to be null. Oh, you know what it is image source is set that it can be null. And that's probably, if I do this, I could probably get rid of this. Because I think source path is a required field. I have to make it happen. Oh no, still requires it. Oh, interesting. So you can't, it's basically telling me it can't be null to start, even in instantiation, which is silly, but I don't know what that means. I mean, I would have to set it somehow right out the gate. I'm not sure how that works. Some of this stuff is weird because I don't remember these problems. My C# programming, all my years of C# programming. But again, I'm doing a lot of stuff now. This is .NET 8. Which is new to me. I was working in Framework back in Framework 4 or 4.5, and things have changed a lot. I mean, they're making a lot of changes to how code runs. And I think this is good for me. It's going to help me to bring even my C# knowledge more current. So in the way things are going now, it's like getting around those problems. All right, using the component in our application. All right, so now we go here and we have this person. So they have this code, and then they're going to go, we can add the following code to any other component. Person code, name, age, address. That's my person component. That's all we did. We just set those values. And then the code creates a new instance of person component and sets the name, age, and address parameters. So we have show image. All they did was though, so it's interesting though, because their code doesn't actually have a title. So the component itself, it must be the name of the file. I mean, where are they naming this? The person component. They named it person component. Is that the name of the file? Reactors, Blazor manage focus. Component parameters must be parameters. Look at this example, Blazor. We will create a component that displays a person's name, age. First, let's create, oh, it is called person component razor. So it is going by the name. So it is show image, and I don't really need this at all. I mean, really, I don't need this at all. I'm not calling a method. I'm just going to call my show image. I'm just going to call my show image code here. And then when they reference it here, I could, so we're going to set my value, and then name at age. First, let's create in the pages folder of our Blazor project and add the following code. And then they're going to create this person component. This code creates a new instance person component and sets name, age, and address parameters to specified values. When we run our application, we'll see our person component with the values provided. This way we can create flexible, reusable components that can be customized and reused throughout the application. So we're creating this, and I'm setting the source path, but I actually want it to show the image on its own. Is there a way to make this image? So it is image, and it is going to be source. What if I say it's at source path? All right, so let's try that. Go to main layout again. Hopefully it won't choke on me this time. Oh, it ain't path though, it's source path. SRC capital P. SRC capital P path, okay. It did go dark, so that maybe that means something. Meaning it, you know, it changed into a familiar state, so let's see what that does. Drum roll, please. Hopefully I won't get too many weird errors blowing up my screen. Ah, look, there's a broken image thing up here. Now, that's not good, but it's also not the worst, because that means it tried. It tried to put my image up. So a couple things can be going on. One, I could have just given it a bad path. So if it's based on the component's location, my component is, where's my component? So if it's based on that, And if it's relative, is it relative to the show image component here? I could probably just have a import, right? Import to this file. So if I go imports, can I do a import to the ladder competition 2 JPEG? No, because I guess that wouldn't refer to. I mean, how did this do it? I'm just curious. Where is my window? Where's all my code? That was weird. Okay, we'll go to app. Gonna go to, so images is here, and then we have my home page layout. Oh, here you go. Where'd it go? Oh, is it here? Yeah, it's in my side menu, which is kind of where that's going to be. All right, so images. So I did have an import that took me to a variable of my image. I have ladder image. That's the path here, and then I just put it in as my source. But that's kind of like I just did. It's almost like setting a constant in this case. I don't know. Can you? I mean, it's in direct reference to where I'm at, I think. So if I'm here, and if I feel like it's going to be, a source path would be, we go back up from utils, that'll put me at components. Is there a way? Laser imports image. Yeah, it's not telling you how to reference it or where to put it, and how's the path going to be defined. That's not. Sheesh, why did everything go gray? Why is it so slow all of a sudden? Google, save me. Bing is stupid. Yes, please do, because am I in Chrome? No, don't switch. I don't want to switch. I just want to change my default. How did it switch back to Bing in the first place? I do not like Bing search. It's just pain. I just have nothing but trouble with Bing. Okay, where was I? Something about my image here. What was my problem? Oh. So, oh yeah, I want to do an import. So that's what I want. Import image laser. Creating a static image or images in Blazor complete guide. file, Blazor.net core, Blazor file uploads. They all use like image ID. This is basically the thing I just saw, the Microsoft thing, just stored in Git. To me, this should not be this complicated. Jeez.
To update. How on earth are you gonna do that?
Well, I have
Well,
Hi, and welcome back. Next, we add the image we want to use as a logo to the folder. I usually do that outside of Visual Studio in the Windows Explorer. Back in Visual Studio, we can see the image and the images folder of the www root folder in our client project.
I put it in the www root folder, didn't I? Oh, I actually didn't. But that makes sense. Why wouldn't I put it there? Let's, I don't have it right anyway, so I might as well move it over there. The things don't work. Oops. Let's stop. But you're right. It would make more sense to put. You're right. You're right, me. Good job, me. We're gonna push this over here and put it in the root, because that makes the most sense, right? But it's really still comes down to where I'm putting my path here. So let's go back and see what he's saying. All right, where'd it go? Oh, was it here?
Equal to the parent component by you.
Nope, wrong one. Where did the thing go I was just looking at? I do not know where the thing I was just looking at went. A guy was going to tell me how to do it, and now it disappeared.
It's better outside with the Ninja Frostvault Cooler. Fridge temp drawers keep food cold and dry. Separate compartments unlock easier packing. No more soggy sandwiches or waterlogged food. It's better outside with Ninja.
Nope, it totally vanished. I must have closed it somehow, done something.
Hashtag trading bot for 30 days.
All right,
If you're
well,
not satisfied with
let's
your
go to my,
full refund, no questions asked. My $150,000 account is up 77% from April 2022 to November 2023. But the only thing that matters is results. So test.
ugh, I hate those things. Okay, let's go to YouTube. Let's go to history. Oh, come on. There we go.
Hey everyone, in this video tutorial, just I'm going to teach you how to design
Nope.
image component.
Nope. Nope.
Just,
Dang it.
I have an example.
Ah. Where did it go, man? So annoying. Okay. I gotta go look for it again. I thought it would have been in my history. Why wasn't it in my history? Why did it not like me enough to do? Don't switch. Stop asking me to switch. Just because I'm using Google doesn't mean I like Chrome. Call Blazor call component with parameter. I don't think that's the one.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Coding Flamingo Hot Dog app series, the series where we built HBO's Silicon Valley seafood app using Blazor. In our last two videos, we created the Blazor PWA project, and we added the ML model using Visual Studio Model Builder. In this video, we're going to use Blazor input file to upload a file into.
Dang it. I had it, I was looking at it, and then I lost it. None of these are the same one. Huh, I don't know. Not exactly sure what just happened here. All I want to do is reference my images and show my component. Now, why did it showed me a broken frame? So it's really just about reference, right? So let's just go. It is images. But what is the root? Let's see what this. I'm gonna run it again. I mean, I know my function functions, function. But what it needs to do is somehow display this object here. It's just erring. See, I'm getting the little broken image, which means more likely than not, my path is broken. It's a bad path. Sidebar. Here's my thing. There it is. Images, ladder, competition 2. It's not there. The question is, where does it think it's starting from? What if I just said images? And hit. I don't even know. Can you do this? I don't know if that would refresh or not. Yeah. I don't know what this does. It's supposed to be hot. What is the difference between hot reload and refresh? It's probably just as broken, but yeah. What's it say now? Yep, didn't like that one either, but it is a different path. So, yeah. How can I mean, you don't do imports in here the same way. I mean, you can do stuff here, but let's see here. What if I go to my imports folder, imports thing, which is somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, but that's in here. UNL system, Microsoft, ASP.NET. Huh. That's using, by the way. They're not imports. But what is my path problem? What is my problem with my path, man? Is it? You know, if it's based on where my show image is, going up 1, I'd have to go back 2 to get to www.root. What if I go all the way back? Hmm. All right. That didn't do anything either. You can see it updated the path here. So it's not finding my path. I don't know where, it doesn't know where my image is. And apparently I don't know where my image is either. What if I did something like, some apps will let you do stuff like this. Oh, interesting. So it's tilde. All right, what if I do that then? Images, louder competition too. And just for the sake of spelling, let's put this here. And then we'll take this out. And then we'll try a hot reload again. Oops. Wrong window. That did not help. Still can't find it. Even doing it that way. According to this, that is exactly what this expects to see. Image. Why doesn't it like this, though? Image must have alternate text. Element has no title attribute. Shift click. Oh, that's not going to fix it. That. All right, well, I can go put that in just because it would look better, I suppose. But we'll just say. So this is doing its thing. Okay, so this is not a problem. Alt. Do I have to say alt text or is it alt? I don't know, alt equals. What do we call it? UNL image. I don't know. It should just say UNL image if that's gonna. It's not gonna. Still not gonna be great. Oops. Okay, so it isn't alt. It's alt text. I don't know. Image must have alt text. Element has no title attribute. Shift and click to view recommended fix. Well, why is this so much harder than I... Oddly enough, this was harder than getting the image in for the React. I actually thought this was going to be easier. Just getting this to reference this image. I thought, well, I would have thought the image component would have actually told me. Oops. So it's not a problem with this. It's coming down to my path being bad, but dang it. Image tag alt text. It is alt. Alt equals games ladder. Now, would have been fine if this thing will show up. But what is wrong with my path, man? Maybe because it's in relation. It shouldn't even matter because the relative position between this page and this image and the component are the same. It's exactly the same path. Because it's just going to be, relatively speaking, it's going to take you back to the root and it's going to go forward. But the problem is that it doesn't want to work. What if I... Is it different if I put it in here? I think it's going to be the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So even though I passed the path, relatively speaking from that component, it's exactly the same. But it's not opening it. And I don't really think it's the lack of the path. Besides, I do have an alt text in there. I don't know why it's saying I need an alt text. And I don't know why it's saying HTTPS either. It's probably because I'm using an auth and it's expecting it to be HTTPS. So, see, my image is there, but it's failing to load. Failed to load resource. I get that, but why? All right, well, I should be able to browse it directly, right? If I go here and I say, was it images? / ladder comp competition 2.jpg. Oh, there it is. So, what if I don't put the tilde in there and just say images? Just do what I just did. It's everything that isn't, right? Oh, there it goes. Why did it need to go to the tilde? Little victories. Okay, well, there. We got it working. All that for an image. How long did I spend on that? Let's see. An hour and a half. Took me 90 minutes to show an image on the screen. Well, I mean, yes, I created a component for it. So now I should be able to pass if I show image source. But I don't why. Now you might say, why aren't you just doing an image component? Because I want to eventually change how this functions. I want to be able to load up a file from a database. So yes, I could have just done image path, yay. Okay. But by using a component like this, I can maybe just change what source path is and put this value in and then start changing how that component functions. It'll still show the image, but it might stream it from a database, or maybe it uploads it without being a public file. So right now it's just a path, right? I can just go path images blah. Well, maybe I don't want it to be a visible thing. Maybe when people upload their images of their persona, whatever they want to put onto their profile, I don't want to put their pictures everywhere. I'd rather load that up into a database that has to be pulled and streamed, and I can put all that into the component. So maybe source path becomes maybe their player ID or some other value that it can actually read. And right now it's just this path, but it could maybe just be also a player ID that it reads from a database. Maybe I'll do an override, and if it comes back as an integer, I pull it from the database. If it comes back as a path, I just read the path. But it allows me to have show image be anything I want it to be. So yeah, that's my long-winded reasoning for not using the image component, the natural image value. I am using that. I'm just using it here. And how I get that path and value will be different, depending perhaps on how I set up the back-end state. I just was setting this up to handle all my image loading. Should I get to that point? I will. I'll probably get to some point of it. All right, so there we go. We've gotten our image on both Razor and on Blazor. Now, next thing, let's continue to try to get Blazor's side menu going, or Razor's side menu going, and then we'll come back to this. So we'll kind of put this off to the side for the moment. I kind of know what I want. This is my side menu, and when I open up, so this is what this looks like. Obviously not so good yet. But we're getting there. We'll get there. So side menu, I want it to be eventually a vertical thing, so not a horizontal. This is how it is right now. You can see I have tickets and home and all that junk, but it's going to be a side menu, which is vertical. So image first, yes. Why? The question is now I have to kind of see where side menu is being called here. Got home, main, welcome. So that's just the body of it. So we got layout here. Children, side menu. Okay, so side menu's here. But why? I mean, how is it centered? See how we got. What if I wanted to go all the way to the left? Is there like a global layout thing going on here? HTML laying in, body, class name equals Rubik. I wonder if this is part of the... It is the body, but I wonder... It must be something to do with this tailwind here. Let's see what's it doing with body. Or not tailwind, but CSS. Body, background, text screen. No, that's just a coloring. That's how I got this light blue color going. All right, what's next here? Console log. Oh, wait. Return side menus. We got side menu, but it's not. I mean, I can build it vertically, but I'm curious. It must be something about this next navigation. Because I saw somebody doing a React side menu.
हेलो दोस्तों, कैसे हो आप लोग? स्वागत है आपका इस नई वीडियो में। आज की इस वीडियो में हम जो बनाने वाले हैं उसका
Yeah, that's not going to be helpful. What am I going to do with that? I can't even hear that. I don't even understand that.
Yo, what is up? So today I made this sidebar with React and I'm going to show you how I did it. So pretty much here it is. Got the little icon.
See, I
click
like
it,
that. I like the hamburger
slides
menu.
out, hover over it.
So he's actually using what looks like similar icons to like the home button and all that stuff. So yeah, let's see how he's doing
Got
it.
this little effect, and then we utilize React Router, and I can change the path. In addition, the actual dashboard closes on click as well. Super simple, same thing with products, and then also the X. And you get the point, standard sidebar. So if you want to learn how I did it, then definitely watch this video all the way to the end. So without further ado, let's hop into our code editor and let me show you how I made this. So here I am on my terminal, so go ahead and open that up. And if you've made a React app before, then you know the drill, but essentially we're gonna say npx, gotta click on this, npx, and then space create dash react dash app, and then I'm gonna
You know, one of the things I've been trying to do more of is like trying to learn, get the basic commands of React and C# and all those things just recorded somewhere so I can go, hey, you know, as I'm trying to learn these things, there's so many basic commands, and there are, I don't know, it's just like you, what was I gonna, I don't know, there's a lot of things that you just have to memorize, right? So you're gonna continually try and get these things committed to your memory, but you also got to remember that if you're like me right now, learning a bunch of different apps right now. I'm trying to learn, you know, C# and Azure and React and Node.js, Next.js, GraphQL, Python, blah blah blah, and I'm putting all that stuff in. Some of these basic things, you come back to them, may not be, you know, sticking so good. Basic, you know, basic things like this. So I'm actually going to write it down. And I mean, this is just creating an app, right? This is the kind of thing when you go in to an interview, they're going to go, so what's the command to create an app in React? And you'd be like, and I'd be like, it's not that hard to find, but you probably would like to, you know,
have the file name
just know
for
it.
this one. I'm just gonna say React sidebar, and then let's just put version 1. And I'm gonna go ahead and press enter, and then once this loads up, I will see you once it gets completed. Alright, so mine just finished loading, so I'm gonna go ahead and cd into the file. So cd react dash sidebar.
Now,
dash
I could
v1.
cheat.
And if you have
You know, he's got the source, and if I open the link to his sidebar, I could probably see what he's doing. Now he might not be using anything like Next.js, so some code might be slightly different. So you got his pages, his components, he's got his nav bar, sidebar. Oh, see, now he's not doing React because this is just JavaScript, but he does say it's React, but he didn't create them as React files. He created them as JavaScript files. Now that's a thing too. Typically, I've seen that like if it's front end, they use JS and JSX. If you're doing like on Next.js, you probably be doing like JS would be a front end and JSX would be the back end thing you're using. So this is just his. So where did he get the icons? I want to know where he got the icons. He's got them on here. And he's got icons from React. Oh, so they're just React icons. Huh. Interesting. Well, I'm going to do it similarly. I'm going to actually take the side menu, my side menu, and I'm going to import the same stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get rid of my main image here, but we will do this. And what are these declared but not used? Declared but not used. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, we'll get to that. Now he's got a fair number of icons here. Or he's got this export constant sidebar equals. He's basically setting up all the variables for this. And then he must have his nav bar using them. Show sidebar. Sidebar, set sidebar, use state, false. So his nav bar is pulling out his sidebar stuff. So he actually has a nav bar that let's watch him do it.
npm is going to tell you to say npm start, but I have yarn, so I'm going to type in yarn start. So actually, let's go ahead and open this first, and then I'll actually start it after. So let's go ahead and type in code dot, and then this will open up my VS Code. I have that added, so if you don't have that, go ahead and just quick Google search code dot, and then it'll tell you how to get that up and running for you to have this working. So right now I'm going to go ahead and do Command J. This opens up my terminal, and then here I'm going to say yarn start. If you don't have yarn, just do npm start, same exact thing, and then it should load up. And currently it's going to tell me I have an error, so I have to go ahead and create a new file.
Is he in Windows? Oh.
.env. If you don't have this error, then
He must be using an Apple computer, because he said Command J, and I'm like, what is Command J? I think that's Control J, which is Windows.
Copy this code in, but if you do, just do these steps, and then let me do it again. Yarn start.
Getting all your daily nutrients is hard work, but nutrition gaps in your diet are inevitable.
And I have the app already running, so I'm just going to type Y. You shouldn't see this if you don't have any apps currently running. And here we go, we have the React logo showing. So let me just shrink this over, and let me just bring this to the side so you can see what we are doing. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and exit off this now. And let's go ahead and open up the SRC folder. Let's go ahead and delete setup tests, service workers, and logo.svg. So I'm going to click on setup tests, hold shift, and click on logo. Select all three, delete this, go to trash, go to index.js. Let's just get rid of this bottom code here. And then let's delete this import from service worker. And then get rid of the index.css because we're going to have to get rid of that, save it, delete index.css, don't need this, app.test, I don't need that either, and then app.js, let's just get rid of everything here, and let's just say
I think I have an app.js. which is funny because it's kind of the root one, right? But it's because I'm using Next.js and not straight up React.
One. Ayo, showing up. Oh, we got logo here too. So let me delete this. Save that, and boom, it's working. All right, perfect. So now let's go ahead and start editing the code. So the first thing I'm going to do is, since this is such a small project, we're just going to keep everything in a components folder and pages folder. So let's right click SRC, click on new folder. Let me just name this components. And then inside of this folder, I'm going to right click this, create a new file. We're just going to call this navbar.js. Let me call it
I suppose I can do it the same way. I am trying to create what he's doing, and so let's go ahead and create a navbar. I'm leaning towards putting my nav bars. Okay, so my thought is if it's a component that's never going to be displayed, it doesn't really go in components. If it's going to be displayed, it goes somewhere. But components would be, they would have UI, you know. So, or so if they're JSX, they have a UI. If they're not, if they're just JS, they have no UI. It's just going to show, there's just going to be code stuff. that's how I'm doing it. So I'm going to actually put navbar here. I don't remember how it was done, but I think navbar actually does have code, if I remember correctly, and even in his old. So if I go here, and then I open my Dojo help desk, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so he's got his, so we got these JSX and navbar JSX. Oh, he did put it under components here. But I also have my app. So my app here has auth and dashboard. Dashboard obviously does not have a navbar. It doesn't have anything like that. But you can see these are all JSX. He was a little erratic, but I think in general I liked the rule that he used, whereas if it was going to have UI components, it was JSX, and if it was non-UI related, it would just be JS. Like there was no tags in it, nothing like that. So how do you set it up is up to you, but you can have them all be JSX. It doesn't matter. But I think like if it has something UI-ish, in fact, I'm pretty sure there's some basic UI stuff here. I'll show you. See this route.js? If I open this one up, the primary difference is there's nothing in here. There's no tags. You can see no HTML tags or anything to load. It's just going to have the functions, components, things that you're going to do. Whereas all of these like logout JSX, you'll see that it does have this tag in it. You know, button, navbar, submit buttons. These all have tags in them that are actually going to be displayed components. Therefore, JSX. If they don't, they're just JS. It's probably doesn't matter much, but it's just a way to kind of know, hey, this isn't going to have, you can look at it and just go, okay, this doesn't have any UI components in it. And you're able to build off of that. Like this route.js2 does not have any UI components. Now you'll note that these route.js, you cannot apparently, it's a conflict of interest to have both a route.js and a page.jsx in the same folder. Don't do that. It doesn't work. It'll cause errors. But anyway, so yeah, I'll go back and put my navbar. I can put my navbar under components. That's not the trick. The trick isn't the components. It's the UI components. But there are UI components in these. So let's go ahead and
sidebar if you want to. And then right click components again, create the navbar.css. And then the last one I'm going to create is a data file. So I'm just going to call this new file sidebar data.js. And
it's kind of interesting that he's got that. So, so he's got a CSS that he's putting in here. Okay, let's do it. I'm not fond of the CSS files being in the same folder, but in a components folder. All right, fine. just because he has it set up with specific stuff, and I like the I like the premise of how he's doing this, or because it's going to look the same. He's using the same similar colors to my React ones. I'm basically getting what I want from what he's doing, but it's going to actually show me how it's laid out. So he also has this sidebar data thing. Again, I feel like I'm putting the wrong stuff under components because these are not all components. Components are components, and now he said it's because it's a simple app. He's why he's keeping it all under components, and I should probably fix this, but maybe I can later because it's just going to be a matter of setting up the imports. For now, we'll say sidebar data. So we will see if there's any actual layout info. I don't think it was, because when I was looking at GitHub, I don't think his has anything in the sidebar that is actual output. See, there's no tags here. Well, he has these icon references. I suppose those are considered a thing. I'm not going like this. He's just going to have me type in all this stuff anyway. Put it in here. And then, what has he got? CSS. Now, I don't even know if this is Tailwind, but well, I usually use Tailwind for a lot of my stuff, but we'll see. I don't need to, I guess, if this is going to lay it out for me. And then we got sidebar data, which I did not put in. I will use his. I'll probably have to edit it from my own personal stuff. But I have a sidebar.jsx. He's got sidebar data.js. He calls it data, but he's got these tags in it, which is weird.
And then in the SRC again, just right click it and create another new folder. And let's just call this pages. And this is just an extra step, but this is just to show you like the changes in here. So let's just right click pages, new file, let's just call this home.js. And then let's just create two more just for this example. Let's just call this products.js. And then let's do reports.js. And now let's go into the navbar. And if you don't have this plugin, just go to this.
I'm trying to figure out how this is React.
ES7.
All right, well, no.
This one
I guess because
right
React uses, these page.jsx. Well, okay, so there's two types of navigations. There's route. And there's our app routing, and I forgot what the other one's called. This is app routing. So basically my navigation is I have folder navigations. I go to a folder and then it goes to the page that's in that folder. So to go to his pages, it would be more difficult. If I wanted to actually go towards, say, the tickets folder or tickets path, I'd have to have a tickets folder, and there'd be a page item under there, and then everything that goes with that page. I don't think it'd be all that. His way is through a page routing, which you can do inside of an app that's called like an app router or whatever, and you go through and say this page is where you go blah blah blah. So it's a little different.
You have it perfect, and let's go to navbar. And then once you install that, if it doesn't work, you can try closing out of your VS Code and then signing back in, and pretty much it should work there. And then just go ahead and type in RFCE. It will pop up, and then you just press enter. And voila, you have import React, the function, and then also export. And while we're here, let's go ahead and Command J, and let me open up a new, so hit the plus sign here. And we're gonna install React Router. So if you have npm, then you would do npm install, and then whatever.
So, yeah, see, he's using React Router, which is, I think, part of my problem here. See, I think he's navigating through these paths, and he's setting these path icons, and I'm not sure if this is going to work because I don't actually have things set up that way. I'm using app router, not file or not path router, page routers, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm not sure if this is going to work for me. I mean, I might have to change it, and that means I have to configure it out in my brain how to change this. So like if I wanted to go to a reports folder, a products folder, or a reports page, products page, teams page, I would have to create folders for each and with a page icon underneath. So these might not be valid paths. Not necessarily a problem. What I really need is my home page to work, but I would have to make these work at a later time. So in theory right now, if I ran this, in fact, is it running? I don't think it's running. Then if it is running, it's probably not running successfully. Yeah, see, it doesn't like this. Failed to compile. Let's see. Side menu. Doesn't like it. Side menu.jsx. Okay. Oh, this is my side menu.jsx. And mine is broken because, well, mine is broken. In fact, I could probably get rid of mine because I'm going to switch over to his. I don't want to get rid of my image though. So he's calling it a nav bar. I don't know if I like that because I don't know. Being picky. Oh, he's got it called sidebar data here, which means if I'm going to do that, I have to call this sidebar. How come it doesn't like that? Case sensitivity, man. The bane of my existence. Sidebar data. Still doesn't like it. What does this say? Already included file name. Differs in file name. What did he say, man? There's no other sidebar data in here. It says it is already in there. It differs only in casing. Alright, so let's go back to this guy. I do need to have both my images in here. Do I want to put this in here or navbar? Probably navbar. Link image, oops. There we go. And then I could probably get rid of this one. But my home page, my layout page, is calling the wrong thing now. I gotta go here. Right now I have it calling side menu. Let's go ahead and have it call navbar.jsx. I may have to import it though. Nav. Interestingly enough, it's still referencing this. It's like going, no, we're still going to use that. even though I don't actually have that in my code anymore. Is there a reference to it? Side menu, yeah, let's get rid of that. Alright, so now we got a different problem. Navbar.js, the name link is defined multiple times. Oh, is it? Oh. It is? Oh. Okay. Well, he's getting it from, but I can't do link from React router.dom and next link also? The answer to that is apparently not. Where is link? Where is link even used at? You seeing that in here anywhere? Oh, there it is, link. Guess I don't technically even need that because I'm not using it. Alright, so let's take that out. I mean, this is hello, blah blah blah, log out. Yeah, I have that commented out anyway, that whole reference to that link page. Alright, so let's go to navbar here, and I can comment this line out. Here, you're importing a component that needs use state. It only works in client component, but none of its parents are marked with use client. So they're server component by default. Oh. I have a feeling he's doing all this stuff on the client. Did I do that wrong? Hey, what am I doing wrong here? Where's my memory of how to put in? I thought use client was just a comment at the top like that, quote. Okay, so all right, let's go back and look at the other one. Oh, it's double quotes. Stop it. Import React, use state from React. Okay, you're importing a component that needs use state. It only works in client components, but none of the parents are marked with use client, so they're server component by default. Well, I put in all the same code. The only thing different is I added this. They don't have a reference. So why am I having a problem here? Import React use state. How come I put use client on here? None of its parents are marked with use client, so they're server components by default. Learn more. Yeah, but I am doing use client. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, where did he put his nav bar? I'm just curious where it went. He did nav bar for, oops, wrong one. Did nav bar here. Yeah, he put nav bar under components too. And he's using state. I don't know if I mind that. I just saying it might not be. Why does it not work here? Why can't I say use client here? Because I have, let's see what's, when I go here and go to search for use client, I have use client right here, like submit button.jsx. And he did a single quotes, dang coming. And that's double quotes, so it doesn't really even matter, it sounds like. Because these guys are, that's like barked in both. But it's use client. Use router. But still, use client is in double quotes. Oh, is it because I have it? Oh, no, it's not. It's not a case sensitivity thing, is it? Oh, yeah. Case sensitivity. Here we are. Look at that. We're on to the next problem. Sidebar data.js. Module not found. Can't resolve React icons file. Okay, so I gotta get React icons into my app. He'll probably tell me what that is all about.
Whatever I type after. So instead, I have yarn, so mine is yarn add, and I'm just gonna say React router -dom, then press enter. So if you have npm, you would just say npm install React router DOM, and then once that loads up, you're pretty much good to go. And that's essentially the link tag we're gonna insert eventually. But for now, let's go ahead and let me turn these into fragments. And then inside this navbar, I want to create the first div. So let's just say, let's just call this .navbar. So this is just a class. And sometimes my VS Code does not like auto typing it out. So let me just type this out for now. I'll probably refresh it later. But let's just make a div with the class of navbar. And then inside of this div, I want to add the icons. So we have to install React icons as well. So
he's on a roll. You got to install this, and you got to install that, and you got to install this, and you got to install that. And yeah, that was part of my problem so far because I did not have that installed. All right, so I think I may have to stop just because let's close this thing. There you go, npm.
Well, let me go ahead and type it out first, and then we'll install it after, and I can explain everything. So I'm gonna do link, and then I want the path to just be just a hash symbol or hashtag. And then let's type in, for the class name, I want that to be menu bars. And let me command B and see this better. And let me just close this out. And then inside of this link, this is going to be the bars icon. So what we're gonna do is, let's go ahead and actually install this, because it's not gonna make sense if you've never seen this before. Let me get rid of these for 1 second. What's happening? Let me exit off this, cleans things up. Alright, so let me do Command J, open up the terminal, and then go down and install React icons. So I'm gonna say yarn.
Alright, module not found. Can't resolve React icons file. Okay, so I obviously did not do something correctly. Although this says it's the right one. It didn't complain. Oh, those are the errors. Wait a minute, what? Okay. That's not it. That's not it either. Well, he's okay. I should probably just pay attention to what he's doing.
Add React icons. So when I
All right, let's try that. Control C. npm add React icons. See if that's any different. Okay. And we go npm run dev. If those are now valid, server import wait, what happened? Stuff is happening. Let's see, navbar.jsx module not found. Can't resolve React router.dom. Oh, I don't have that on here. I thought I had the React router. I thought I installed that already. That's probably because I'm not using that in this version of. So, let's see. App router Next.js versus React router. So I want to do app routing, and I don't think I need to do it the way he's doing it. That's just the way he's doing it. So I need to figure out so the thing is I'm gonna have to figure out how he's routing and adjust my code to not need his code, right? So when his code here is complaining that what do we got? Doesn't like React router.dom. What if I just don't put that in? It'll probably complain, can't find a path, blah blah blah, and I'll have to change how I've got things set up. But he's got React router.dom in here somewhere. It's navbar.js. In my case, navbar.jsx. I am going to not use this, which means some references to his routing is going to be different from mine. Which such is the way of life, I guess. Trying to see what kind of stuff he's got using that's using the DOM. But I don't want both. So let's get that out of there. Link is not defined. Okay, well, where's link? Alright, so he's using this link, which is a path to a location, right? Link to hash, class name, menu bars. File icons, file bar, on click equals show sidebar. You can do, He's got a weird thing going here. Navbar.jsx. So, class name, navbar, link. So it's not going to be a link. It's going to be to something else. It's kind of funny. I have these pockets on the inside of this sweater shirt thing of mine. And they got this huge, it's like they're not attached. So it's just this weird thing. And it's a pocket, perfectly decent. But it's held on by this little string. And this little string, every time I put my arm and it slides over my armrest, the pocket gets caught on the armrest. One of these days I'm going to get up. I'm going to rip this pocket right out of the shirt. I don't know why they did it that way. It's so weird. I mean, it works. It's enough that, you know, I put stuff in the pocket. It doesn't dangle. But it's still weird. Digress much? It's like, what are you talking about? Where did that come from? Because I keep getting caught on my armrest. That's what it's from. Sheesh. All right, let's see if I can get this. So it's not going to be a link. Class name equals menu bars. He's got that in his CSS, which is not the problem. I just need to route to, and I know there's examples. I just got to find the right way to route using my other tools, and he's got it here. I mean, there's examples in here. I'll just do it that way, and I got to remember how. So he's got router.push. I don't want to do that. So his nav bar does its own referencing. So we got href. So he's doing link. His link, he's got a link in here too. But it's using link from next link. So that's probably what I need. Let's go link from next link. This is the one I want, I think. So it still has link. Difference is it's going to use a slightly different layout. So his link is href. So I don't know what C# is, but what is that sharp? It's not C#. Sharp. What does this sharp symbol mean? Error. Failed prop type. The prop href expects a string or object in link, but got undefined instead. Open your browser console to view the component stack trace. Okay. Well, what if I just change this to href? Prop href expects a string. Oh, there's another one up here. Again, I don't know. Oh, wait, something happened. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, things are coming together. Things are happening, man. Things are happening. What happens if I click on this? Does that do anything? Hey! Hey! Hey, it's not pretty, but it's not pretty, but it did do what it is slowly. What if my pickleball tennis ladder text is on top of my menu bar? That's kind of funky, but there's a few problems here. You can see things aren't quite clicking as you'd expect them to, but all I can say is something's happening. Interesting. Interesting. That's what I can say. All right. It's not pretty, but it's getting there. It's got pretty potential. All right, so for one, I'd like to see why my pickleball tennis ladder text is showing up on top. That's weird. Let's go to page here. Latest news, which is totally bizarre. I wonder if I should oh, there it goes. Okay. Let's see what this does now. It's still going underneath. Our first ladders have been added. But why? Is it something about H3s that are popping up on top? What if I change this to an H? Is it card because the class name is card? How do I even get card on there? I didn't put a class name on there. How did that happen? I didn't even put that in. But hey, that worked. Whatever that did, it worked because it pushed it behind it. Weird. Okay. Well, that's the thing. I would have probably liked, I kind of liked that text around the outside of it though, but whatever. If I set this as an H2 as well. Because, oh, no, it's not right. That doesn't look good. How come I changed it? How come it looks different? Because my H2s should all look the same, shouldn't they? That doesn't even seem like the same text size. And how come pickle? All right, that is totally not what I wanted. So setting as a 3 doesn't even change anything. It's like it's just the same as setting as a P. And latest news is fine, except it looks different for whatever reason. H2 is not the same as H2 apparently. And I don't know, kind of half expected this to have a... Is that even a thing in this world? No, oh, it is. Probably not the best form of... I have a feeling BR is not a standard anymore, but... Okay, so why is my latest news bigger? Either way, it's kind of looking better. I got this sort of existing now. I do have all my icons in there, yay. It doesn't look exactly the same because whatever's up here is all wonky. But we do have that. So what it is part of my layout. My layout has navbar. Navbar is this guy, which doesn't look great. And then whatever children is, which I guess is the home page here. So if I have navbar, which is the JSX, now his looks way better, and I'm probably because I've skipped over some stuff. So let's go see what he's got going.
And pull it up on the side so you can see this. So if you do have the NPM, this is what you would just type in. can see error, link is not defined. So now I have to actually import, let me import a link on, so go back to navbar. Let's import link from React router DOM back to our file and go to sidebar data.js. Now in here, I'm going to import a bunch of things here. So let's go ahead, I'm going to copy this over, or a little shortcut key I'll show you since you have the ES7 plugins. You can do IMR tab, import React, and then what you can do is go back to navbar and get both of these lines here. And let's just import this here, and then I have one more line, it's just called the IO icon. So go ahead and type this line in, or just copy it down and just update it, say capital IO icons, and then just IO after the slash. And then here, I'm just gonna say export cons, and I just named this sidebar data is equal to array, and then
He's doing all this.
And now in here, we're going to create it. So this is the way I did this. Feel free to refactor the code, tell me any suggestions, but right now I'm gonna just call this the title, colon, is gonna be home, and then underneath that I have a comma, say path, this is the URL, and I just want that to be the slash for home, and then icon. So this is where I'm gonna import the icon for the home. So here, let me just show you all of these icons right here that you see. So let me just say opening.
So my
and then say
question
AI.
is right now is, so I pretty much copied his, but mine is like got a huge gap, right? I mean, huge gap, gargantuan gap, a gap of enormous proportions, and that could be a number of reasons. So I've got navbar, and all this is doing is returning the navbar, right? So it's nothing there. And then this is just going to be off the site because it's going to show the navbar first. So something about my navbar already included file name. I don't know what they're talking about. It says already included file name. Oh, maybe because it's doing both? Alright, let's see if I get rid of this, what happens. What breaks if I do that? See, now sidebar data is not there. Sidebar data. Now we'll take this back out. Okay, it's not complaining anymore. I don't know why is it different, but it is. It's interesting this is lowercase though, even though I spelled it out here as uppercase. Sidebar data. So unless it's in here as sidebar data, uppercase. Yeah, I don't even know. Look, even here it's uppercase. So I don't know why that one thinks it's something else, but okay. That's weird. Why do I have this huge gap here? Now in here, I want to put my ladder.jpg here. So we're going to go, I'm going to take this whole little bit here. We're going to copy this. We're going to go over to my sidebar or my nav bar. And the first thing I want this to show is this guy. Just go here. Oh, it put it at the top here. Oh, that's outside of my menu. Interesting. Trying to decide if I want it there. I like my menu not to be so tall. Or at the very least, can I put this next to the hamburger slices? Would it be possible to put this next to the hamburger? It's an icon, right? It's a class name menu bars. What if I put this? Because there's an on click, right? On click show sidebar. Yeah. So what if I put this here? Nope. So what if I put it here? Now that kind of works, but it doesn't look good. I kind of thought that's where I wanted it, I thought. But it doesn't really look all that great. I could put some space in between it. Where do I want this thing? I do kind of like the I could put it there, but is there a way to? Because if I put it on the menu, it's not going to be seeable unless the menu's open, right? And this is different for sure. I mean, I do like the way the sidebar menu works and expands. But I want my icon on the screen. What if I do something like, can I do something like position or center or dang it. IMG center. How to center an image? It's obviously not. It's probably like class? Really? Class? Image, we got the source, we got the all with placeholder quality. I don't really have a class defined here, but they're doing it with alt Paris. I do have an alt ladder games image. I mean, I can do all that, and there's class equals center, fa align center. let's see what my global.css has. Or yeah, is there anything in here that's a centering option? There's two. Where's the other one? But so we have a nav, and we have so center's not going to do anything right now because it doesn't work. Class. Form input, text area, form align. Am I spending too much time on this technical thing? Class equals center. So I have to create a center identifier. I just feel like that's not great. Center. Alright, I'll do center image, I guess. Only because I don't want to have it too defined. If I have an image, I want. I'm not sure. I'm going back and forth in my head as to what I want. I'm just trying to come up with an area, a position for my image that looks cool, that looks adequately good. Because right now, that's not going to cut it. It just doesn't feel right. Now, maybe if I had the same amount of space. Where is he defining a space? Because he's got this class name, menu bars. I don't even know where he's defining it. It must be part of his own CSS up here, his navbar CSS. Let's see what he's got over here. So yeah, he's got class name navbar. Okay, so the navbar is over here. And if I want my item in the navbar or in that area, so this one gets its own definition. But what if it's just got background, height, display, justify, align. He's got align center already on that. Oh, it must be vertical aligned because I didn't add that. Oh, the bar itself that he created is aligned center. That's how I can like move it, and it leaves the margins off to the sides. I see what it's doing. Okay. And that's what he's using for that item. So he's using the side
icons dot team here, and I'm gonna go back to navbar.js, and then I'm gonna have to import this data file. So here I'm gonna say imports, do link, so link tag navbar CSS, and it's not too long, so it should be fairly quick. But let's just target the navbar, and let's just say background color to be hashtag 060B26, and then feel free to refactor it. But let's just go and copy this really quick. Go to products, paste it, change everything with home. So I'm gonna command D and just say products. And the one thing you just need to change the class name to lowercase products. Save it here. Go to reports, do the same exact thing. Highlight it, the word home, command D, command D, command D, and just say reports. And then just change reports, the class name to lowercase. And then last, let's go to app.cs or app.js. In here, I'm just going to add the components. So I'm just gonna say components. Would that be equal to home? And then I have to import this at the top. So I can just say here, go imports home from /pages/home. And then I'm just gonna do this 2 more times. Over here, I'm gonna command D again. Let's just say reports. And then over here, command D this again. Let's just say products. And then I'm going to go down, Alt-Shift down arrow twice, change this path to reports. Component I want to show is reports, and then this one's going to be products, and this one is going to be products. Now when I click this and save it, it's not going to work, and I want to see if you know why it's not working right now. So the links are updating, but the page is not rendering. It just says home. So the trick, if you do know, definitely comment down below and let me know if you got it. But all you need to do is go to the components where the home and just type in exact. That way that it knows exactly.
Oh, right.
Bring in the slash with the
I
other
remember
paths.
that now.
So now if I go home, you can see bada bing, bada boom, and then here we go. So pretty much you can just rinse and repeat this wherever you want to. But this is how I created this sidebar in React using React hooks.
Okay, so like the problem, it's interesting, his works pretty good here, but you can see mine gets all out of alignment, and I think that's because I have crisscrossing CSS files. I don't know why my mine has all this space in the middle of the nav bar though. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because you look at his and
this one is going to be products. Now when I click this and save
so
it, it's not
like you'll
going to
see
work. And I want
his is nice. It goes right to the top. There's no extra gaps. So whatever I've got something going on in mine where I got this weird bonus gap in the middle of everything. This should not be there. So I got to figure out how to make mine stop doing that. So like there's nothing in here. I have show sidebar and use state whatever, but so unless my sidebar data. So he's got all these things. He's obviously able to click. What is this going to do? You know, it goes to / reports. I don't have a reports, so yeah, it's not going to click on anything. But it does show them, which is fine. Products, reports. It would be fine. All I have to do is create a folder that says reports and a page, and whatever it'll do is trick. So that's not the problem. However, the problem is that I've got this weird extra space at the top here. Let's go see what my inspect shows here. So it does look like there's a big something right in the middle of that, huh? Like if I go body, look where my body is. It's like got this weird area that's just right at the top. It's almost like, I wonder, I think what it is somehow my page needs to be moved over. See how this isn't supposed to be like this? I think his is way more generic, but ultimately what happens is I think I need my my home page to move over with. Is that what it is I'm looking for? So when this comes out, it's not covered? Because somehow this is shoving down. See, his covers the home, which is fine, but somehow his is like just overlaying and mine is moving down. So there's something weird about maybe my home page or the page it's overlaying, which is this one. It's doing something weird here. And the question is, what? Because I don't think it's my constant of my show sidebar. Which I guess is in here. Where is that? Where is this function at? It's constant sidebar. Use state. Constant sidebar. 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 Show sidebar. Where is that? It's got to be a function somewhere, right? Sidebar data. got nav bar. It's a constant. Oh, he's got set sidebar up here. Oh, it's just the state. How must be from the button click? On click, show sidebar. Oh, okay. Never mind. So it's just show sidebar is going to set the sidebar to whatever this sidebar object is. And this is sidebar data. This is the part that's going in there and filling stuff in. So if that's my menu, and this is actually the class name that's opening up the sidebar, what in here is causing it to have a big gap? What am I doing to get a big gap, people? Somebody, anyone? Anybody got an idea what I'm doing? Do I have, because I don't know what I'm doing. Chiropractic. So let's see, nav menu active as it could be. If the class name equals sidebar, nav menu active, else it's nav menu. So we got class name, nav menu items, on click show sidebar. Class name navbar toggle. Somewhere I am getting something that's giving me a big gap in my stuff. Now it could simply be that it's being pushed down by something in my layout page, but I don't know what. Because see, there's nothing here. It just says return and then the nav bar. Nav bar should be whatever this wants to be, which works. But it's got a big weird gap. What is at the top of this guy? What is weird about? Why is that weird? Oh, never mind. That's part of my image. That's the problem. Sheesh. There we go. Get my things fixed. Get my positioning correct. But still doesn't explain my problem. So we got div. Okay. Why am I getting a big gap in mine? Because his is looking good. So mine is not. So I must have conflicting, all I can think of is I have conflicting CSS stuff going on, or I have his menu is just not overlaying correctly, because when I go here, you know, I click, see how screwed that up is? Screwed up that is? It's just like my words. That screwed that up, man. I'll see how screwed that up. What is with this gap? But I know I inspect, and you get to see that all of my text here is pushing down. I wonder if it's continual. In other words, will it keep pushing down? Because like if I go ahead, this will prove my point. So if I go here, oops, body, there's that guy, and then there's that guy, and then there's my main, which is right there. And my main appears to be pushing things around. So whatever's happening in here is screwing with things. Is it because I have a main and it shouldn't? Does his homepage have a main? I wonder if my main is causing that to do that. If his homepage doesn't have a main, it could be that very reason. Let's go look at this thing. So he's got nav bar. He's got his pages here. Home. Yeah, see, they're just components, and they're not doing main. I wonder if that main object is blocking everything out. Let's change this to a, I don't know, a div. See if that does anything. Well, no, guess it didn't. Now it's just a div. Not necessarily better. Yeah, see, it just changed into a div. It didn't change into a main. It still doesn't like it. I got bought. So no, it's not the fact that it's a main. It's not the type that's causing it. So he's got this nav menu. It's not, his isn't part of a page, right? I mean, his page doesn't have anything in it. He's got class name, reports. That's it. There's no, they're just pages. That's all it is. Export, default reports. And each one, even his home, right? Yeah, they don't do anything that references anything. So that's the same as mine. My pages are just pages. But his don't weird out in display. I'm getting this weird, funky display. Now, I know some of this has to do with probably my CSS, but like why there's a gap at the top here, or why is this pushed down, or I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure out. So changing it wasn't the main that was the issue. It was this whole, the formatting of this whole section. Because this, although it's now no longer it's just like way off now. So even when I put it in the body, it's just, what is going on with my nav bar? And here's the nav, which goes all the way up in math. You can see that it actually says it goes all the way up. But there's something funky. There's a weird gap in the middle here. What is that gap? Nope. Huh. I don't know what that gap is. Not seeing anything that is telling me what that gap is. And it probably has a lot to do, or something to do. How does this look? It still looks fine, right? Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the extra gap and stuff at the top either. I could probably change that. Global CSS. And it's not part of the head. That stuff's not. Menu bars. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to fix here. Where is this gap coming from, folks? All I did is copy his stuff, so I should not have any more gappiness than he does. What is going on? I don't need this anymore. But I do need to figure out why I'm getting a weird gap. Margin left. Thing is, this is his, and his doesn't have a lot of formatting. So I'm wondering if it's my global CSS that's somehow tripping everything up. Just for my own, this is kind of silly, but I'm going to take these out. They're going to make things look really distorted in a second, but I just want to see what it does. Nope, just didn't actually do much at all. It just changed the way that looks. But it didn't mess up, didn't do anything for the sake of this. Now, does this have any of my, nope, there's no formatting in that at all. Is it the div? I don't think I have anything in here that's doing div stuff, though. And if I do, I probably just commented it out. Nope, there's no div commands. So I did kind of fix this top menu, but you can see it's not lined up still. It's still kind of fallen off. Something's still got it weird. I don't mind that I fixed the top menu. What I do mind is that I've got other stuff that's broken all the snot. So what I took out is, let's see, base styles, body, background, apply, text gray, H2, and main. What? Let's take these ones and give it back. No, that's not what I wanted. Wanted to toggle it. Oh, well, because I didn't. Oh, I see. Oh, that put it back. So it's not main's fault. It's not main's fault that that went weird. This is a background and apply gray text, font bold, text primary text. Something about H2. So if I untoggle this, and then what? Toggle. Where is that margin getting set? I took this out. Oh, there we go. It's the body thing. Something about something. Something about something did that. Still got a terrible menu here, though. Hey, Precipice, hello, sorry for bothering me. I want to offer a promotion. Oh, no. Wow. This is a question here. You know, it's weird, you know, having trouble with such simple things. Why am I getting a weird menu thing going here? Do you think it has something to do with other parts? What have I got on there? I don't have anything on there that would be toggled. It would have to be something with the nav bar. And if it isn't div, could it be like nav? Or I do have a nav here. Let's take nav out just because I want to see if that's part of my problem. Aha, there it is. There it is. Everything fixed by simply doing whatever I just did with nav there. Oh, wow. That looks good. I still don't know if I like where my image is, but that's still better. Now, I don't necessarily know if I want to get rid of all of this. What do I want to get rid of? I mean, I feel like it's going to break other things, but for now, we'll leave it off. Because I don't think it's a problem right now. I don't care for my left and right parts here, though. Let's go ahead and put this back, because I don't think that had any effect. Oh, nope, I was wrong. So fixing the nav thing fixed the menu, but it didn't fix this. So why? All right, what if? All right, we'll toggle this one off. Okay, so whatever that apply text gray 500 M8, well, margin 8 must be, I think that's something about the margin. That kind of threw that off, but this gives it better color at least. It doesn't really fix, this ain't bad at all. However, this little, my image I like, where my image is I don't like. I need to move it or something. Some would say, well, you're making it too complicated. I need some kind of margins. But I don't want it on my entire, let's go back to main. Let's go back to my nav bar. And since we determined that that wasn't the problem, I'm going to put these back to main. There we go. There we go. Got them off the wall. That's what I wanted. Got them off the wall. All right. Now, still got to move my image. So my image, can you do padding? Is padding a thing on image? Nope. How about left margin? I want to move it. How do I move it? As you may know, I'm a Superman fan, but this I don't collect figures in general. They have to be small, like 3.5 inches tall. They have to fit in the X case, mage cage. That's that little image you keep seeing rotating or showing on the bottom right. But anyway, I get distracted by MSN. Some people get distracted by YouTube. I get distracted by MSN. I just, oh, that article looks interesting. Anyway, so what I was trying to do is figure out how to reposition my image. And yeah, that's the thing. Position image CSS. Let's try that. Wait, did I not spell image right? Well, I did, but CSS object. How to position image in CSS font. I feel like that's kind of, I should know this, but all right. So let's see. When they do a center, a light green non-center. Apparently, I can't put it in. All right, well, okay, we'll try and do it that way then. We'll just call it ID equals can I just do, come on, object position, object position? Yeah, that's what I want. Center. Is that allowed? No. I mean, it didn't fail, but it didn't work either. Okay, so we'll just go, we'll try the CSS thing. I know, I should probably do it in CSS anyway. It's cleaner, probably better for the world. All right, so we're gonna go ID equals center. I'm gonna say center image. Oops, gotta put quotes around that. And then I'm gonna go over to my I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this thing here, just because. We're gonna go Control C. We're gonna go over to my global CSS because this is something I'm just gonna use at some point. Now, do we have some that are already set up for it? Nope. And I don't want center image, and I don't want this to change the size of my image. I don't want that. That's nonsense. What is that going to do? Holy moly, it put a big fat hairy border on it. Let's get rid of that one. It also made my image weirdly huge. All right, there's my image again. But it doesn't center it, so it's not actually moving it anywhere. Margin left, say equals 300. What does it do if I do that? Does nothing. Not centimeters. Whoa, that would be way crazy. What's it? Is it supposed to be like what? Pixels? 300p? Pix? Well, I moved it. It's probably not centered. It doesn't, because this doesn't work. Center object position top. I would like it to center on whatever this thing is, but that's not working. I don't know. Yeah, that's just not a thing. Let's see here. Object position right top. I've tried left top. Tried center. Doesn't work, man. I don't know what you guys talking about. I tried your solution. Doesn't work. These guys don't know what they're talking about. Let's do this. Let's see if it's something special with React. I don't see why it would be. How to set the image position. All right. Let's see, unclick the style image source alt style equals didn't really help. Hmm. Sure. All right, I think it's time for me to take a break. I've got this working. It's doing its thing. I just wish the centering was a little bit better. You can see it's just sitting there kind of off center. I mean, at least it's out of the way of the menu, right? That's something. But I got the menu up. That was my goal, to get things so they look kind of similar. I have to figure out how to make the menu pop out on Blazor. I think I can do that. Maybe that'll be my next trick. We'll go back and make Blazor's menu pop out. And slowly but surely we'll get all these cool functionalities doing the same thing everywhere. Where's my Blazor one? It's over here. So here's my Blazor one. Now which one do you think is better? I mean, really, I got this option where this thing pops out. And I got this option, which looks kind of cool with the menu just sitting here and the icon sitting at the top and the page is nice and clean inside of the menu area. Now, I get that popping out. If I was doing a pop out thing, unless I do it so that this page moves over when it pops out, it doesn't make sense to really do anything with the page. So this is what we get. We get this, or we get this. This honestly looks cleaner. I mean, it's more straightforward. It's got the icons. That's what you can do. Blah, you got your page. This looks simpler. I don't know. I'm kind of torn, really. Obviously, my menus aren't identical yet. They'll get there. But I do like the bigger icon here, but I can always do that. But I can't put it in the menu if I do, which is fine. Yeah, I'm just a little like back and forth. I don't know which one I like better. I do like the coolness of a sliding out menu, but is that necessary? Yeah, I don't know.